Hello everyone, this is KK Alexander from 646studios.com and I am the Panda Photographer, and I have to make this video over again because there were some issues, technical issues with the Wi-Fi here that caused problems uh, with the connection, and the Wi-Fi has been down for about 35 minutes. So let's get started on talking about the Sony A99 Mark II versus the Sony Alpha A9. Now this is the battle of the mounts, A mount versus E mount. What is flexible for wildlife and sports photographers out there? Now this can be controversial, but take this with a big grain of salt in your hand. Now, in my professional opinion, as a Sony A mount and E mount shooter, shooting with both mount bodies, I am going to vote for the A99 Mark II as it's versatile when it comes down to third-party lenses. The reason why I'm saying that in the category of sports and wildlife, because third-party manufacturers offer lenses in the sports and complementary line of lenses like Cinema and Tamron. So the A9 is a very beautiful camera, 24 megapixels, full frame, anti-alias, and it has a 5 stabilization on the sensor, which is pretty good. Shoots up with 20 frames per second, shoots in 4K. But the A99 Mark II does the same, but it has a 42 megapixel count. It has no anti-aliases as well. And it has a much beautiful, also a high ISO performance, and still has a 5-axis stabilization sensor. It does have a fully articulate screen, which I want to show you right now. So if you guys are not familiar with the Sony A77, this is the Sony A77 Mark II. This is a sports and wildlife camera, crop sensor though. And keep in mind that the A99 Mark II is a full frame. This is what you get with the A99, a fully articulate screen that blows your mind away. Okay, this camera here is the Sony 77 Mark II. This camera shoots 12 frames per second, has flexible expandable auto flexible spot. Wow, what a mouthful. But here is the take on A mount versus E mount, and this is going to be for you guys to decide. Now I am going to leave up a live chat box here, pop-up chat, and I want you guys to come out and say what you think about this lineup, this battle here. This is the battle of the mounts for Sony, and I want you guys to take the time out and really think and really look through the settings and the specifications of each of these lenses. Now, some people may prefer the A9 and want to spend the $4,500 on the new front lit sensor, and some would not want to actually spend the money on the A9 and want to prefer the A99 Mark II as his sports and wildlife camera. But no one talks about the Sony A99 Mark II anymore, and I wonder why. And people are afraid of the A mount. The A mount system is not dead, by the way. Just let you guys know that ahead of time. It is not dead. If it was dead, I wouldn't be using it, or a lot of other photographers wouldn't be still using it to this day. I choose the A77 Mark II and the A99 Mark II as my crop sensor and full frame bodies is because it's more versatile. More manufacturers make more lenses for it. Yes, they're not native lenses, but it gives me the flexibility to actually make that decision to purchase sports and wildlife lenses, like a 7200 from Tamron or Sigma that makes complementary lenses for A mount. And Tamron makes them as well. Then you have Rokinon, aka Samyang, that makes beautiful optics for the right price. And they make ranges between the micro lenses to 8mm wide angle lenses. So keep that in mind. But with the Sony E mount lens category, you have a 400 new G Master lens, and you have a 200 to 70 to 200 G Master lens, but that's all you get. So what is your options? What do you want to pay for? Because those lenses are going to cost you deep pockets. Just be honest, very deep pockets. Now on the Sigma and the camera side, you can get portable good performance and good autofocus capabilities with the A mount system. And for me, as an A mount user, I use the cinema and I use Tamron's. I have no trouble getting autofocus to comply with the system on the A mount bodies. Sometimes I have to calibrate the lens, but that's your job as a photographer to calibrate those lenses to make sure you get accuracy, focus every time when you do a shoot for someone, or if you're doing personal shoots, you want to actually capture the moment and share with social media. It's your job to make sure that you are able to actually calibrate those lenses and on the body as well. Now you have many options for the A mount A99 Mark II, but keep in mind that if you look at the specs identically, there are a beautiful matchup. So why not no one's actually doing a matchup between these two bodies? Everyone's so focused on the Alpha A9 as if it's the only sports and wildlife camera, which it is not. Sony produces other cameras that are capable of doing sports and wildlife. Yes, the A99 Mark II might not have a blackout system, but it is still reliable as a sports and wildlife camera by far. So if you look at the specs identically, you can see that the viewfinders are almost, or actually they are different. One is 2,359 dots, and the other one is 3,686 dots. So there's a big difference there, but does not really matter to you. It's up to you to decide that. And both have no optical low pass filters, so I don't see the big deal why either one should be why you should go to E mount, and E mount is better. Some people prefer E mount, but weight comparison, yes, the A99 weighs a little bit more in comparison, but they both weather sealed, and it actually replaces the A99. So let's do a fair comparison here right now today. These two cameras are full frame sensors. So it's up to you to decide, and I want to hear from you guys. You guys let me know in the live chat right now. What do you guys think about this lineup head to head? Because it's up to you guys to decide if you can make the difference and make this stream more, actually this stream here, viral, because no one's doing this. No one cares about A mount, but I do. And as an A mount shooter and an E mount shooter, I love E mount because I have more flexibility to purchase lenses that I need. E mount, it's just that I had to look around, and let's be honest, Sony's E mount lenses are very expensive, and most people cannot afford them at this time. And what I see on YouTube is that people are spending money on these G Master lenses, which are incredible, but you know, what about the photographer that can't not spend the money on the G Master? What about the photographer that wants to look for an alternative option other than the G Master for E mount or A mount system? Why not do a head-to-head comparison on the Alpha 99 Mark II versus the A9? Yes, there's 399 phase detection points on the A99 Mark II, and there is plenty of 693 phase detection points on the A9, but we want to see which one can actually track and focus better. And I know the A9 might win in that category, but this is not about winning. This is about what is best for the photographer that is going to do wildlife and sports, not portraits. These two cameras were aimed for sports and wildlife. Yes, the A99 has a better 4K capability when it comes down to sensitive ISO performance, 4K capabilities, but this camera is actually the same as the A99 and the Sony A77. They are in the same category as sports and wildlife cameras. Why isn't anyone focusing on the A99 Mark II head to head with the A9 in comparison? Yes, there may be some differences, but when I see videos like A9 versus A6500 or A6300, that's not a, to me, that's not a fair comparison. We want to do a comparison between two full frames that Sony makes that are both wildlife and sports cameras, and the sensors are just different. One is front lit, one is back lit, so keep that in mind. Now, It's up to you guys to decide. You decide here and now. And this is a live stream, by the way, if you're not familiar. So go to my website at 646studios.com. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you don't hit the thumbs, share the button, share this video right now with your audience or with your friends. And if this finds very interesting to you, please do so, and make sure that goes live and streaming out to those that are looking for an alternative than the A99, because no one wants to reach down in their pockets and spend the $4,500 on a system when they can get the A99 between $2,600 and $3,100, and save that money, save the extra few $1,000, and buy a nice 70-200 lens. Or if you want, you can buy the Sigma if Sigma still makes the A mounts of 100 to 400, or what is it, 150 to 600, which they had on sale on Amazon for less than $1,200. So it's a complementary lens, but it's the flexibility part that counts when it comes down to what systems of these two, the battle of the mounts, A mount versus E mount, provides more lenses. Yes, third-party lenses are not native, like I said before, but you have the flexibility to, as a photographer, to calibrate the lenses based on your needs. Now, you still shoot a manual, keep that in mind, but autofocus systems are really good on Pateron side and Sigma side, so keep that in mind. But which one is better right for you? You decide. You guys take the chance out and make the decision based on your needs. Just because the E9 is the latest and best camera doesn't mean it's going to be for everyone. Keep that in mind. It's not for me, because I would not ever dish out $4,500 camera that does overheating issues. Sorry, I was well with this one, and or the A99, which may have overheating issues with video, but I don't think it would just have problems with photos. And that's what the point is about this video, is that we want to see the true battle between the mounts of Sony, because Sony doesn't really respect its A mount system. They came with the A99 Mark II, and a lot of people actually did videos, and then just disappeared. So my point is, Max Yuri went to Portland to go see photographer Paul, and they had them in Noted 80-200, which is a beautiful lens, by the way, and you can probably still find that lens on the market. If you can find that lens on the market, that would be your go-to lens. That would I would definitely recommend for the A99 Mark II to be right on par with sports and wildlife photographers. You could go to get one from Pateron 70-200. Go to Cinema and get a couple lenses from them as well. You can go to Rokinon, aka Samyang. They get some good prime lenses, 50s or 35s or 85s and 100s and 135s. So it's your option, and like I said, A1 has a very good amount of lenses from flexibility third-party manufacturers, so keep that in mind. But I just want to make this video and get it out there so people can actually really make a very good observation about what is better for you as a photographer. Don't spend all your money on the A9 if you can't afford a lens. That's the whole point. If you're going to save up $4,500 on A9, then why don't you go buy the Alpha A99 Mark II and then go buy yourself a 70-200 from either Pateron or Sigma, or whoever makes third-party lenses for it, which I'm pretty sure that Pateron and Sigma makes third-party lenses like this Sigma 18-35. This goes on an A mount system. You put this on the A99 and shoot at 35mm, you're gonna get great results. No, I won't recommend shooting at 24, but you can still shoot it at 35mm and get great results with this. Even if you're doing video, you're going to be shooting in a super crop 35 anyway, 35mm. This is a 1.8 lens. This is going to help you get as much light as possible into the lens, so keep that in mind. But other than that, you have Pateron 70-200, as I said. But thank you for watching, everyone. Make sure you hit the thumb, like, and share. Please comment if you do have any suggestions. But don't forget to go to my website at 646studios.com, where I have tutorials on photography and videography, and you can watch my gear list, what's in my bag, and you can go to check out my work and follow me on Instagram at ThePandaPhotographer, all one word. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.